One of the most powerful nations in the world has begun to see an increase in anxiety. Despite having such a formidable military support and weapons, the country is nonetheless intimidated by a relatively small country. The country here is Russia. And the reason for its fear is the FLAKPANZER GEPARD. We know the name is weird, and I probably didn't say it right, but it's undoubtedly a giant killer. Stick till the end to know why such a powerful country gets frightened by such a thing. Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany, promised that Germany would continue to support Ukraine for as long as it takes, quote-unquote. This backup has been given to Ukraine because of the demonic 24th of February, when Russia invaded Ukraine as part of a special military operation. And the Germans have kept their promise. The first three 35mm Gepard self-propelled anti-aircraft weapons have arrived in Ukraine, according to Oleksiy Reznikov, the defense minister of Germany. German shipments of military hardware have increased significantly so far this year, as Berlin provides Ukraine with armaments to aid in its defense against a Russian attack. According to the military, the value of authorized military exports reaches up to $5.11 billion. That's up from 2.9 billion euros. Now, the big question is why Russia is so anxious regarding the matter. Is the weapon so powerful? First, to mention before going further that this product is straight from Japan. The Gepard was built on the hull of an existing tank, just like the namesake from World War II, the Flakpanzer in '38. The German self-propelled anti-aircraft gun, known as the FLAKPANZER GEPARD, is autonomous and weather-resistant too. It was created in the 1960s and put into service in the 70s, and it's since undergone multiple electrical upgrades. It served as a pillar of the German Army's Bundeswehr and the other NATO nation's air defense system. The German-built Leopard main battle tank was the vehicle of choice. One of the most well-known tanks of the Cold War in the modern era is the Leopard 1, which entered service in 1965. It was only minimally armored, but it was also incredibly mobile and equipped with a lethal British L7 105mm rifled gun. For the energy supply system, the Gepard has a Daimler-Benz 4-cylinder OM314 diesel auxiliary engine. The Leopard 1's ammunition magazine is where the engine is positioned on the front left of the vehicle. The engine, which has a 3.8-liter size and is made to run on many fuels, generates 66 kilowatts. Depending on the tank's state of operation, it uses between 10 and 20 liters per hour. 5 generators are connected to the auxiliary engine to operate at various speeds. 2 Metadyne machines working in tandem with a flywheel, 2 380Hz 3-phase generators with a 20 kilovolt capacity for the ventilation, fire control, and radar systems, and a 300 28-volt DC generator for the electrical system. The 985-liter fuel capacity guarantees a total working time of almost 48 hours. A general search radar is located behind the turret of the Gepard, while a tracking radar is located in front of the cannons. On top of the tracking radar, some have a laser rangefinder. The first 3 units of the Gepards, as well as several tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition, have arrived in Ukraine. In 1963, work on the FLAKPANZER GEPARD, which is German for cheetah, began. 6 years later, 4 30 and 35mm gun-equipped prototypes were created to select for one commercial production. The West German government placed an order for the anti-aircraft gun in March 1970, after the decision to proceed with the 35mm design being taken in 1970. Up until 2010, until the Weasel 2 took its place, it was still in use. The Leopard 1 main battle tank's chassis, which includes the entire drive unit with a 37.4-liter 10-cylinder multi-fuel engine with 2 mechanical superchargers made by MTU, forms the basis of the Gepard. Depending on the road and driving technique, the V engine with a 90-degree cylinder angle produces 610 kilowatts at 2200 RPM, and it uses approximately 150 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers. The engine has a dry sump forced lubrication system to provide a constant flow of oil even in rough terrain and under great skew. Even the ZF Friedrichshafen gearbox and the fresh air mixing exhaust system to lessen infrared signature were adopted from the Leopard 1 MBT. The issue was eventually resolved when a producer was found to provide fresh ammunition to the Ukrainian Gepards. The ammunition's country of origin wasn't revealed, but might have been Poland, South Africa, Turkey, Germany, or even Japan. In preparation for a Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Ukraine has deployed the Gepard. The Gepard has reportedly been deployed against very crude loitering munitions thought to be Iranian-made Shahed 136 to excellent effect. The conflict intelligence team believes that on October 18th of 2022, a Russian Kh-101 cruise missile was probably destroyed by a Gepard as it was aiming for a power plant in Kyiv. The Gepard can easily destroy the majority of lightly armored vehicles with AP and heavily armored tanks with the APDS, but unlike other autocannoned vehicles, it lacks HE. Despite being in a little bit of poor health, the Gepard is statistically superior to the preceding Marder A1A, and even outperforms it. The Gepard works best when used as a support vehicle to neutralize the opposing team and eliminate vulnerable targets. On July 25th of 2022, the first 3 Gepards arrived in Ukraine, as we mentioned earlier. The test revealed that ammunition made in Norway could not be shot by the Gepard. A follow-up test using better ammunition is planned. 30 Gepards and 6,000 rounds have been supplied as of September 20th, 2022. According to Ukraine's armed forces, by September 26th of 2022, 50,000 Norwegian-made rounds for the Gepard have been delivered. High explosive incendiary rounds were shown in images of the Gepard with a Ukrainian crew from the German tabloid Bild. Because of its excellent mobility, the FLAKPANZER GEPARD can move over uneven terrain with ease. Additionally, it contains numerous safeguards for individuals within. Smoke grenades can be used to create a temporary screen around the anti-aircraft gun, and the hull and the turret are both made of steel. Additionally, it has a fire suppression system and an MBC nuclear, biological, and chemical air filtration system. Before the FLAKPANZER GEPARD was created, jet technology had developed quickly. This required that the missiles and the machine guns responsible for shooting down the aircraft do the same. West Germany made sure of this by equipping the anti-aircraft gun with an Oerlikon 35mm twin cannon, also known as the Oerlikon GDF. The two 90 caliber weapons can fire 550 rounds per minute each, for a combined rate of 1,100 rounds per minute, and they have an effective range of 3.4 miles. The Netherlands and Belgium were the most notable countries outside of West Germany to equip the FLAKPANZER GEPARD, ordering 95 units, each with a somewhat modified radar system. In 2006, the Netherlands Armed Services stopped using the anti-aircraft gun, and the Belgian forces also withdrew the 55 that they had acquired. While the FLAKPANZER GEPARD is no longer employed by the German and Dutch armies, the anti-aircraft gun continues to receive regular improvements. Intending to use them to defend against potential drone attacks during the event, Qatar, the host nation for FIFA World Cup in 2022, had ordered 15 along with spare parts. To defend against contemporary combat aircraft, attack helicopters, remote-controlled missiles, and rockets, the current Gepard is built to meet all the problems of the 21st century. They can also successfully fight off drones. Ballistic bullets are immune to electronic defenses, and the shrapnel clouds they produce will ensure that the target is destroyed. Since the system's implementation, KMW has served as both the general contractor and the principal contractor for the technical and logistical support of the 570 systems of this type. Romania, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, and also the Netherlands have all received Gepards. Krauss Maffei Wegmann, a German firm, made the promise to provide 50 anti-aircraft guns to the Ukrainian military soon after the Russian invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. 2 months later, the German government gave its approval for this transfer, and the first shipment will arrive in Ukraine in July 2022. There have been problems with the system detecting ammunition made in Norway, but the issue is being fixed. The electrical systems of the Gepard saw numerous improvements over its existence. Some modified vehicles, known as B2Ls, have digital FCSs. Additionally, new Doppler radars were installed. An S-band radar was installed in place of the search radar. Since its debut, the Gepard has never stopped serving. That's about it for now, so yeah, consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this, and we'll see you in the next one.